Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out my channel. As you can tell, I'm really dirty, and that's because I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what I've dug into working on this minivan. Now this is an 07 Dodge Grand Caravan. It's my father's, and what happened was he accidentally put antifreeze in the washer fill, and if you've ever done that, it's a nightmare because that washer fill is a large reservoir, and it not only feeds, of course, the front wipers, but it also feeds the back wiper too. And what happens is that antifreeze gets in those lines and you've got to clean them all out. And there's really no way to do it other than to blow them out or to replace them entirely. Just to get the washer fill off, that's a little bit of a task. That's why I'm so dirty, and I want to show you what you have to do. Now what I've done is I've removed the airbox lid from the airbox and then pulled the air filter out. And then there's a hold down screw here. And then it just pops off the one that's in the back, which is a little bit hard to see, but you can see it there just below my thumb. Once that pulls off, there's a lower muffler that goes onto the airbox that it quiets it down. So you know how the older cars used to make that sound. Well, these would too if they didn't have that muffler on there. So that pops off. That's just kind of laying on the ground. And then you can take the washer reservoir off at that point. Now, this is the washer reservoir, and it looks really funky, you can see, because it has a long fill tube that goes to the reservoir itself, and the reservoir sits in this area right here. Now it's held on by 3 screws. There's one there, there's one right there, and there's one there. This one here is underneath the hood, and you can get it from up top. Not difficult at all. The one that's right here, as soon as you pull back this fender, you can see there's the hole there. Not hard to get to at all either. This one here, you're going to have some sort of a ratchet with an extension. Now in my case, I have a power ratchet. There you go. And that's the extension that I used. And it allowed me to go in from the front and the side there, and I was able to get it off. So now you got to worry about the routing of the hoses. The pump has 2 outlets, and this one goes to the rear. The one that has this black side, this goes all the way to the back of the van. And this one, of course, goes to the front. Now, this hose that goes up to the front goes up through that hole there, you can see. And there's a junction right here that you can disconnect and try to pump the fluid clear. But I'm telling you, we went through probably 10 gallons of water to 20 gallons of water trying to back flush it and flush it out and run the water direct out of here, and it just didn't do any good at all. And not only does it put a film on your window, but it also degrades the wiper blades to some extent, so you have to get new wiper blades too. So what I've done is I've disconnected the hoses from the pump. I've cleaned the pump out as best I can. I used carburetor cleaner, and I don't really like doing that on something that's made to just sit in washer fluid, but I used carburetor cleaner and cleaned it out as best as possible. Went ahead and put a little carb cleaner in each one of these hoses, and then took my air hose and my air gun, and I blew air and all the remnants out as much as possible with carburetor cleaner, chasing it the whole way until it became air. Same with the front. And then of course clean this tank as well as I could. Whenever you take these things off, you can see here's the float, and the float comes out like this. You can see it's kind of weighted, but once it's inside, that's the way it sits, like that. And it's basically reading information off that little magnet. So getting it out, it has to be like this, and then it pulls out of the hole. But it's just a grommet, it just pops in place. So I'm going to pull this grommet off, put the grommet back in the tank where it belongs, and then I'll push this assembly in there to secure that grommet. This same here, this grommet stayed in whenever I just popped that nipple out. So I'm going to reinstall it. I'm going to be cautious with the routing of the line. You can see here there's a provision for it to come out this side of the pump. There's a groove with a clip area made into it, and it goes on up. Here's another clip area, and it goes through this area here, another clip area, and through that hole there. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like with it off, and hopefully this helps you out, gives you an idea what you need to do. There's just a couple screws that holds this shield in, and then some of these body plugs, these Christmas tree plugs, these here, and they just pop out. You're going to have to get some sort of a tool or a pair of angled pliers and pop them out. You don't have to take them all out. You just have to take out, I believe there's 3 of them that I took out, and that's it. Just wanted to show you what I was into, and hopefully, again, this helps you out to some extent. I appreciate you watching my videos. Bye.